You can make all the accusations in the world. All I know is everybody who lost their life and every family member and every New Yorker in this state should know exactly what took place which led to this loss of life and this failure to have this vehicle on the road. I don't care who it was. It was Mavis, the person who owned the facility, Prestige, DMV, the IG, DOT. We should know every single thing about it. The family should know every single thing about it. They should know what led to that, what led to any lack of communication, if there was lack of communication. Why didn't they interact? Why didn't they get this vehicle off the street? It seems over and over and over they were interacting with these people. And you know what? After this took place, I believe there were 35 other vehicles in a short period of time which had their vehicles taken off the streets in New York State. So why wasn't this one taken off the streets? Why was it left out there to destroy people's lives? And I think the task force is going to continue to do a good job, but I'm concerned about sometimes the leadership of a task force who has the two heads of those state agencies run it, the leader of the Department of Motor Vehicle and the leader of the Department of DOT. And from my point of view, there should have been people who weren't appointed in some way by the National Transportation System Board, agencies in New York State, who might have had, and they believe they had, a real negligence in this. So I'm happy and proud of the fact of our constituents and how they're fighting for their best interests for their loved ones and their families, and by extension, all the families of New York State. But I think there's more to this story that needs to be talked about and corrected. And I know that task force hopefully will continue to work, but we have an obligation ourselves as legislators in a legislative body. We have subpoena power by our committee leaders, and I'm still going to request that this committee have its own hearing, bring in those individuals, use your subpoena power, and ask the question, how could it harm that we bring them in and say, what was this lack of communication? Just want to know, is there legislation? Might not be, but there might be legislation that could make that better. And we should know if there is. Thank you, Madam Speaker.